Well, here we are at the very end of November. The sun is getting lower now and the days are shortening, but there's still things I would like to show you. Let's go down to the bottom and see. Ooh, look at all the buds on Rhododendron Dalhousie. Promising a lovely spring display. Let's go through the gate. I remember the last video we came down here to have a look at the Dahlia, which had only got its buds. Well, now it is actually flowering. Wonderful. I've done some research and I discovered that this Dahlia was only described as a new species in 2018 from northeastern Mexico in the Sierra Madre Mountains. I got it from that great plantsman, nurseryman Nick Mesa in 2009, and it was labelled something different. Anyway, there it is, flowering away the last day of November. I'm hoping we'll have a few more frost-free days and nights before this gets blasted. Walking along the edge of the Alpine well-drained bed, I see that the Grevillea victoriae is having another go at its flowers. I must say there are one or two Grevilleas in this garden which seem to be non-stop flowers. And next to it I can spy some yellow flowers of a New Zealand Kowhai. Nothing to do with the cow's eyes. Kowhai, or Sophora. Let's come around the back. Coming up the back of the bush, this Sophora is called Sophora molloyi, dragon's gold. It's got these lovely filigree leaves and flowers from November through to December, and then again in the early spring. It never gets very big, although I have had to prune this. It comes from the very tip of the North Island, the Cook's Strait, which separates the North and South Islands of New Zealand, and it's endemic to a little tiny island called Stevens Island, where live an almost extinct dinosaur relative, lizard type thing, tuatara, which makes the the island known as the Dragon's Island, rather fancifully, hence Dragon's Gold. It's got good foliage though. Past the Sophora, I can't resist taking you to this amazingly zany Podocarpus from China, which, having lost a leader, has decided to go out sideways and up and down and like a corkscrew. The seedling at the other end of this bed is perfectly normal and upright, but this one has gone berserk. Extraordinary performance. Well, by contrast, here is another seedling of the same thing. Rather boringly uniform, perhaps. But the foliage is fantastic. Lush and bold. Working our way past Pan, I spot a flower up at the top there. I guess go and investigate. Going up the lush evergreen leaves, we come across that flower. Looks a bit like a camellia, only very large, and there are several buds next to it which are just about to start opening, and they will carry on through December, occasionally into January as well. This is a member of the tea family, Caceae, and it's called Polyspora speciosa, and this happened to be coming from Guizhou in southwest China. Take you down here where I spy the yellow fruits of an evergreen euonymus called Euonymus myrrhianthus. And it rather stands out. It's in quite a shady spot here, but these orange-yellow fruits do tend to stand out. Looking away from the still small tree of a hornbeam called Carpinus betulus Rockhampton Red, which has got very red leaves now. They're all beginning to go over, but the main point was to show you my rather favourite shrub for autumn colour and winter orange-red stems. Here it is, getting closer, and beside it are the last leaves of a cherry, which is pink and called Fragrant Cloud. There is a Japanese name, Shizuki or something like that. But it's a nice combination with the dogwood. Yeah, we're coming up close and you can see the red-orange stems, which will be revealed in another couple of weeks when the leaves drop off. And then in the spring I cut them down quite severely so that we get a nice flush of new growth with the new red stems. A slight word of warning with this dogwood, and that it suckers all over the shop. which is fine in a large garden, but not so fine in a small one. Still, you can be brutal with it. It's very forgiving. Coming up beside the summer house, I can smell a nice sweet scent in the air, which belongs to this viburnum, Viburnum bodnantense, which will carry on flowering right the way through December and January on the bare branches once the leaves have fallen. Because I've tried to plant smelly plants outside the summer house to get the benefit of a pleasant whiff when I'm sitting in there. The only trouble is I never really sit in the garden. There's always something to do and you get up again. Anyway, that's the theory, and other people can enjoy it. Coming up from the bottom of the garden, we come across the now leafless branches of the oriental spice bush, Lindera obtusiloba. The nice thing about it is you can now see all the buds beginning to form, ready for an explosion of tiny little mustard coloured stamen flowers in February. They're already quite nice colours. It does provide very nice autumn colour, the leaves. And here we're approaching another prickly customer with little red berries. You can see them up there, and we'll home in on the branch and show you that it's actually extremely prickly with rather large thorns. And as we come down the stem, we see some of the berries ground level. And this is the Sichuan pepper, an extremely powerful pepper used in cooking in Sichuan, southwest China. And Vanessa, my wife, made the mistake of chewing one at a meal and suffered numbness of the lips and tongue, which lasts for quite a long time, so be warned. And just before we finish, I'm going to take you down to the fernery here, because when I was clearing all the ivy, I noticed that my specimen here of the Nepalese Dryopteris wallaceiana was looking particularly lush, and the fronds are really amazingly intricate. It's grown mainly for its beautiful golden unfolding croziers in the spring with the big black midriff. But I think now, in its maturity, at the end of the summer and autumn, it's looking particularly good.